Hey ladies and gentlemen, how are we today? We are back again with another Alexandra Rodriguez video, and it seems to me as if she's back again with some more advice. And this is the problem, isn't it? She's always got advice, she's always got complaints, she's always got something, but then she never lives up to any of these things. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, let's not waste any more time and let's get into the video, man. So let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, including Patreon, and every single person that is a subscriber as we continue to grow. Of course, if you're looking to become a member of the channel, all Patreon, the links are down below in the description. With that being said though, let's dive into this video because this part is very Alexandra-like. That's the best way for me to explain.
COVID and health anxiety is real, but I like my doctor, and that really helps. If you don't like your doctor, like it's kind of like how it is with a therapist. So like that with a lot of doctors. It's like you gotta look until you find one that really resonates with you and one that you really click with. Especially being plus size, because like if you also struggle with like health anxiety and like a doctor who doesn't understand you, like I'm pretty lucky because my primary care, all the primary care doctors I've had have never been like fat shamey per se.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it a buck right now. Let's keep it 100 right now. How many times have we heard Alexandra Rodriguez complaining about doctors fat shaming her? She genuinely believes that every single doctor out here is out here to fat shame her, but she's finally found one that doesn't fat shame her. She's probably found one that basically tells her lies, if anything. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. It is in the doctor's, when a doctor is a doctor, it is in their best interest to make sure that they notify their patient's health. Okay? And the fact is, the fact that she's out here trying to promote that, you just got to keep looking until you find one. Hold on a minute. I didn't realize people in America had just, that they paid this amount of insurance, or people that don't even have insurance. They just pay money to just keep looking around for different doctors. I don't know if that's a factor. You know what I mean? But I do know the health system in America isn't exactly the cheapest. So I can't imagine that it makes life very, you know what I mean? I'm just thinking. But listen, I could be completely off mark on this one. I really could, because obviously I'm not in the States and I really don't know how the finances works. But the way I see it is this: if you're having to change doctor after doctor and you're paying each time you change a doctor, now you're not paying the change, so each time you see a doctor you pay, right? Obviously if you don't have insurance, right? Cool. So each time you change, you're basically paying for different doctors to give you different responses, just so you can find the one that doesn't fat shame you. I mean, listen, I don't know how much it costs. I think in New York it costs about $100 to get a checkup from a doctor, I think. So let's say, you see five doctors, and four out of the five fat shame you, supposedly. That is $400 they're gone. And if you try to find someone that's not going to fat shame you, and then you finally get to number 5, but then that adds up to $500. That's $500 wasted, really and truly, on finding a doctor just because you're afraid they're gonna fat shame you. Really and truly, you could have spent that $500 on one doctor, seeing them 5 different times in a spread amount of time, and hopefully after a while you realize that that doctor really and truly was not fat-shaming you. That doctor was just doing their job, and that is telling you as it is. And let's not forget, sometimes doctors can come across very blunt, and I get that, but it is no reason to be behaving like this. Now, obviously, when you got insurance, maybe it's a different situation. Maybe it's a bit easier. I don't know. But let me not remind you though. Let me remind you one more thing. Alexandra Rodriguez, what does her husband do? And if you know what her husband does, you know that in his line of work, some services come pretty much given to you. Anyway, let's continue.
More so just like health focused than like number on the scale focused, which I really like. Some of my friends have had really bad experiences.
Health focused, not number on the scale focused. I mean, okay, cool. I mean, let me process that real quick. Health focused rather than the numbers on the scale focused. So hold on a minute. So you're telling me, so Alexandra Rodriguez is telling us that when she's gone to her doctors have only spoke about her health, only when they've seen how much she weighs, not when they've actually seen what she looks like, because we can see that she's getting bigger by the moment. And listen, I ain't trying to body shame her, but in yesterday's video, something that was pointed out to me in the comment section was that if you look at her from the back, her back, this part of the back here, okay, is now starting to bulge out. That ain't good. Why? Because you don't look after yourself. So really and truly, if a doctor is even saying this and that based on your, I mean, listen, all I'm going to say to this, right, yeah? Really and truly, the doctors ain't mentioning to you about your weight because of the number of the scale. They're mentioning it because of what they can see. What they can see is very evident. But hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I've just remembered a lie. Alexandra Rodriguez said when she first opened up about her tummy tuck surgery, which she at the time did not call it a tummy tuck. She said it was a surgery that she had because she had certain troubles down here and complications, so she needed it cut off, so she had that type of surgery. Remember that. And that was a lie itself in particular. But didn't she say after talking to her doctor, they came to conclusions to realize that, you know, she's better off getting rid of her stomach because of the complications that were happening down here? So tell me something. So if your doctor, so was your doctor fat shaming you then when your doctor told you you should get rid of your stomach? Was your doctor fat shaming you at that moment in time when they were giving you that advice? But she said it was a doctor that told her to do it. But of course, all of that was a lie, because we then found out of her mouth that it was just a tummy tuck. And to get a tummy tuck, really and truly, you can pay for that anywhere, wherever you want to go. Anyone will do that for the price, depending on where you go. It's just that simple. So really and truly, this whole doctor shaming thing, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. I mean, sorry, fat shaming. Doctors fat shaming it needs to stop because she's just lying. This is you couldn't write this.
With like fat shaming doctors, like several of my friends, like, and I mean like really just kind of vulgar and mean, because like I feel like weight is such a.
Listen, I've seen the way you chat to your subscribers on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube. And you want to talk about vulgar and mean? Believe me, vulgar and mean is who you are.
Sensitive topic, and like if you struggle with weight, you know it's like sensitive, and it.
Yes, weight is a sensitive topic, but do you think a doctor or a nurse has got time to care about how sensitive it is? Because at the end of the day, they're doing their job. But of course, I can only imagine that a doctor or nurse, whenever they would advise you about your weight, they wouldn't say it in a rude way. They would say that, hey, you might want to consider this. It's just that simple. And do you think doctors and nurses are paid to walk over eggshells when it comes to people's healths? No, they're paid to do their job. And to be honest with you, if you got a doctor or a nurse who's telling you that you need to go and do X, Y, Z for the benefit of, I'll be honest with you. Consider yourself freaking lucky, because there are some people out here in the medical world who wouldn't tell you anything, who wouldn't say anything. That happens because they just don't care. They're lazy. But then there's one that will tell you. So to be honest with you, out of all these doctors you've had to go to because they've been fat shaming you, darling, they've cared. Because they told you. Because believe me, there's many that don't get told.
It does kind of need to be handled delicately when it comes to being a health professional. But we all have different preferences on how we're talked to about our weight anyway. So, you know, all I'm saying... Again,
preferences. You think doctors and nurses are paid to care about your different preferences? No. Do you think that they come in this line of work so they can have so they can walk on eggshells? No. Forget the paycheck. They come in this line of work because they want to be 100 with their patients. They ain't got time to learn about what you're sensitive to. They're not psychologists, are they now? They're doctors. And
you can find a doctor that works for you. I know a lot of people are afraid to go to the doctor at all because they don't want to be like weight shamed. But please trust me, there are... I
mean, to be fair, when you're spreading the message that you're spreading about doctors, believe me, people who watch you are going to be afraid because of you. Really and truly, you should be encouraging them to go regardless, and you should be encouraging them to go and take whatever they're told as a serious matter. Not saying to people, oh, go and Go and experiment, explore until you find the one that you need. As if people got time for that. Acting as if people don't have jobs where they work 9 to 5 or some people that don't work jobs like 12-hour shifts. You don't know that, but whatever they are doing is, do you think everyone's got time to be going around and finding different doctors every second of their life? No. Understand that. Wow, so snobby.
Doctors out there who will take really good care of you and like, you know, work with you and not make you feel bad about yourself. Like, it is important to go to the doctor, but trust me, like, don't let the fear of a bad doctor stop you from going to the doctor. If you have a bad experience,
don't let the fear what don't let the fear what comes out of her mouth stop you from going to doctors. You need to go doctors for anything, go doctors. It's that simple.
That's okay. You can go, just keep looking for the one that resonates with you. And trust me, I know it's a pain. We have new insurance now, and I had to get a new therapist and psychiatrist and OB/GYN, who I really liked my new OB.
How can you trust advice from someone that needs to get new everything God knows how many times? I've got a new this, I got a new that. You see what I'm saying? Money, money, money. You may have the money, but everybody has that. Some of us just have to take whatever we can get. And we got to appreciate it. We can't be snobs like you. Miss money bags.
Because they weren't covered under the insurance anymore. And it's, oh, I know it's just such a pain finding a new doctor, especially in the mental health field. This is just like a random rant here. But like, it can be
This isn't a rant. This is just information that just isn't great for people, in my opinion.
Really hard, especially when you're struggling with your mental health, to, you know, put all that effort in to finding mental health help. And I hope that our future has a different way of that, like for people who need help, because it's just, I can't imagine like having severe mental health issues and wanting to get help, but it's so hard. And like, I can't imagine how hard it would be to try to find help if I was struggling much worse than I am now or was before. Like,
if that's the case, then don't give your opinion on it. Let people do what they got to do.
A couple years ago is when I started developing like severe panic attacks, and that's when I was like, I need to get help. And I'll never forget, like, I got a list of people to call from my insurance, and I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna like knock them all out until someone answers me and someone is taking new patients, you know, or not booking out forever, because like I need help. And like, I'm telling you guys, like the bottom of my list was like when I finally hit someone, and like I was so discouraged calling the whole time. Like, it took me so long to find someone, and like I ended up having to drive like 45 minutes. I'm like, fine. Like, I was just desperate. Like, you know, I know people who are struggling with like heavy depression. It's hard to do that, like, and not lose hope and like get through to someone on this list. Like, so I don't know. I really am a huge advocate for your mental health, like, and physical health. Like, I'm trying to take.
She's a what? Sorry? She's a what? Hey, I need to clean my ears real quick. Let me clean my ears. She's a huge what? Am I hearing? Nah, let me go back real quick. Hold on a minute. Yo, she's a who? Are you?
Like, and not lose hope and like get through to someone on this list. Like, so I don't know. I really am a huge advocate for your mental health, like, and physical health. Like, I'm trying to take care of myself in all ways. Like, trust me, I'm working on a lot over here, just trying to be at my happiest, healthiest self. I know if you're struggling out there, like please hear me. It gets better. And like, I don't know why I'm on this rant. Like, I don't know. I just remember.
I'll be honest with you, you don't rant. What you do is you say things to cover yourself up. It's just that simple. Same tactic you've been using for like forever. It doesn't change. The difference is this time you haven't got your dog in front of you and sobbing tears so you can try and manipulate audience.
Severely panicked I was a couple of years ago trying to get help, and like remember feeling so like upset how hard it was, and like you'd call and they'd be like, we're not taking new patients, or we're booking out 6 months, or like, you know, and it's just like, it's just really discouraging. But please don't give up. Like,
everything is discouraging to you.
You're worth it. You're worth that energy. Like, and once you get there, you'll get there. Like, there are people who will take you. There are doctors, like, and there are good primary care doctors too. Like, when I met my primary care doctor, like the first time, she never like fat shamed me. She was just like asking me questions about my overall health, and I really liked the way that she approached it. So like today
well, not everyone in the world is a saint now.
Actually like don't have as much health anxiety going to this doctor because I know how she operates, and I actually like feel safe speaking to her about my body and weight. And like,
was that the same doctor that recommended you get surgery on your stomach? Obviously not, because you lied about that.
My health and things like that. So
okay, we're done here. We're done here. We're done here. I mean, this is as far as I go anyway, to be honest with you. And I'm gonna leave it there anyway. There's not much else we can really say, to be honest with you, because I've said everything that I can say, and you know, it's going to become repetitive from this moment in time going forward anyway for myself, and obviously it means to become repetitive for myself. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, all I want to say is this: I don't know why she's still out here on the YouTube streets. Actually, no, I do know why she's still out here on the YouTube streets telling people her advice is because she's an advocate, apparently so. It's because she still has a portion of people who still believe her BS, which is fine. That is entirely up to them. But just know this: if you believe anything that this woman says, the problem isn't that it's incorrect, because it's not necessarily incorrect. The problem is that everything that she says isn't based on a nice person's standard, if that makes sense. You know, like if someone you know who's nice gives you a certain advice or something, it's probably because they've experienced it in a certain way that is respectful, so therefore they're feeding back to you. But this is the thing: everything that this woman does is not experienced in a respectful way, because anything and everything for her is purely content to come and stress about. The amount of fat shaming videos we've seen, and listen, do you know what? Main thing is this. This is the main thing. This is the main thing. Accountability. She doesn't take accountability. Taking advice from someone who doesn't take accountability can be a big risk, because at the end of the day, you don't know how they behaved in this experience. Because remember, there's always two sides to the story, well, three sides to the story, as I learned today. There's the side that she says, the doctor says, and the truth. And really and truly, with Alexandra Rodriguez, we always know that the truth never comes, because with her, it's always about justifying and covering up her tracks at any means necessary. And then once she messes up, she'll just run with it. For example, the whole tummy tuck thing. She's been caught out now, and now she's running with it. But before that, she tried telling us, oh, it was actually a medical surgery but the doctor advised her to do. But this was around the time doctors were fat shaming her, and now she's got a new doctor. Do you see what's happening here? Anyway, thank you so much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you lovely people in the comment section. We're done. We're out. Peace.